G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the west side of the map, it is Beastyqt, and he is playing as the Chinese, opening us up with a mill on the berries, and it looks like a single scout heading out to the side of the map, or the west side of the map, and opening up with a second scout already. On the opposite side of the map, we've got Bruh, who is playing as the French, and tell me about it, Bruh. Where is your monument, Bruh? You're rocking the old school bell. Look at old Beastie. Look what he's up to. He's got one of these bad boys. I think that's the Mongol. It's got to be the Khan, right? There's definitely the Khan. It's a beautiful monument. Bruh deciding not to do it. Now, for anybody wondering, this is indeed a part of Golden League. We are into off-meta combat, which is exactly why you see these two guys picking civilizations that are a little bit weird for Dry Arabia. Normally on a map like this, you would be expecting Mongolia. You would be expecting, rather, the Mongols. You would be expecting the Delhi. You would be expecting the Abbasid dynasty. These are civilizations that are not permitted on this map. So instead, players are going to be focusing on less meta civilizations. And I know a lot of people would look at the French and think, what do you mean French are totally meta on Dry Arabia? And look, they're pretty good on Dry Arabia, but they're not one of the top 3 civs. And in addition to that, Beastyqt would have had a ban for one of Bruh's civs. So he would have chosen to ban, the Rus or something like that. And as a result, it means that Bruh can't play it. But we can see Bruh's done a great job of picking up sheep already, having 5 sheep behind the first scout, 1 sheep behind the second scout, a few sheep back in the base as well. Now, you will have to excuse me, guys. I have just woken up. I've gone to sleep for about 12 hours. I've just returned from a wedding from my hometown, but I'm back in Melbourne, Australia now. And not to be confused with Melbourne, Florida, because that is a real place. I'm back in Melbourne at the moment, and you can hear my voice. It sounds like I've just woken up. That is because I've just woken up about an hour ago. Looks like Beastie going to be opening up with just a single Imperial official opener here, going straight into gold. So looking to rush the age up. This is what I like to call the old school build order. Even though in the old school build orders we didn't actually use Imperial officials, and Beastyqt has gone idle. Oh, that was scary. That was scary right there. A little bit slow on the sheep coming in, but that's the good thing about putting all of your villagers on a mill that's right next to the berry bush. Now Beastie thinking about whether he wants to add in wood, and indeed it looks like he wants to do that. But just going to be going off a straggler tree. So this build order is designed to get him to age up as quickly as possible. So it doesn't focus too much on the economy. The main focus for the economy is just going to be the Imperial official. That's the only real addition you're going to make. Not going to be going for that early wheelbarrow. Not going to go for a second Imperial official. Not even going to go for an early lumber camp. I say an early lumber camp, but you can see he's chopping now. This is kind of an early lumber camp, but normally you will see players. I know I've seen Viper do it a couple of times, where what he will do instead is he will take his last 50 wood, and instead of spending it on a mining camp, he'll put it on a lumber camp and then use that, and then he'll use that to gather 50 wood. But now we already see a Barbican of the Sun coming down. It's just going to be one villager going out to drop down this Barbican. He is in no hurry to get this up. Now, keep in mind the Chinese have got a lot of bonuses when it comes to their buildings, their infrastructure, and one of those is that they can build their landmarks twice as fast as other civilizations. So it means that just by having one villager here, it's like he's got 2 villagers there. So it's going to be a little bit slow for him to get that up, but keep in mind, we've got Bruh over here, who's got the School of Cavalry going up 3 villages. It's going to take him twice as long to do that, and in addition to that, when he gets his first night out, it's going to take all that time to come across here. So I'm curious to see what avenue Beastyqt goes here, whether he looks for some potential fast castle shenanigans, which would definitely be a great option against the French, or whether he looks to play it a little bit in feudal, decides to go drop that barracks down and potentially look to get some spears out just to defend against the raids. We'll have to see how he plays though, because he's going to have a lot of options with regard to the way that he defends, and it's going to be important that he make sure that this mill has got an appropriate defense, and that normally will mean, at the very least, an outpost or just some spears standing by near it. The other alternative is that he looks to get a wall down. You could go for a nice big wall across here, but it's not the easiest place to wall on Dry Arabia. You'd be probably better off walling this side and then dropping your Barbican over here, but that just seems a bit weird. Putting your Barbican behind your town center, a little bit crazy, but we can hear the French scouts calling off, just saying, very cool. They will say lots of interesting words. They also say beastie, if you listen carefully. Let's listen. Here we go. Here it comes. It's gonna come. Is he gonna say it? Say it. You'll hear it. You hear the whistle, and then he'll say it. That's how it works. Yeah, so he says like a whole bunch of different things. Wheelbarrow going to be coming in now. For bruh. Nah, that was the wrong one. Sometimes the French voice lines are very, very funny. I do like them. They say like very cool, beastie. There's another good one that they say as well. But we'll have to pay attention. But now, first night going to be coming out. Archery range already going down here for Bra. So looking to play just a standard H2. Interestingly, going for a double broad axe opening already. Wow, this is getting exciting. Now, I know a lot of people would be like, double broad axe, Keck W, or like double broad axe. Why is that even funny? Well, it's not funny. It's interesting because the archery range, obviously you need a lot of wood for that bad boy. You can see here 50 wood. So by going for the double broad axe, that's really saying, well, I'm intending on staying in H2. I'm intending on making a lot of archers. That is what my intentions are. But you can see Scout in position here. He spots out this wood line. That's exactly where it's going to be. Beastyqt already with the barracks, Imperial Official. Don't know whether he's supervising that one. We'll take a look and see. No, he's not. He's supervising the mill instead. And already going for a dynasty. So we see Beastyqt's fast Chinese dynasty beginning to come out. Nice little spot he's got back here for the Imperial Academy. Scout still calling out. We hear the knight moving around. We see the knight moving around towards that wood line. Beastyqt managing to make his way back in. You can see he actually did a little bit of a misclick there, bruh. Accidentally clicking on the lumber camp, and it looks like the barracks is going to be able to just produce one spear is all he really needs, which is very interesting that he's going for such few spears. But now, villager. Got to be careful here. Village is going down on the wood line now. This is one of the new Chinese buildings that is available to you in the Tang Dynasty. Now, keep in mind, he has entered into the Song Dynasty as well, which enables the granary. So this is the village enabled in the first stage, but now we see an archer coming in, and Beastyqt no stable at all at this point in time. So he does have scouting information of his enemy, but has decided to avoid going for a stable, which is a little bit curious, I will say, because typically in this matchup, the play that the Chinese player will normally make is barracks into stable, barracks to defend against the first knight or two, and then look to go into a stable, but now going into an archery range, so could be looking at going for some Chokunu here. Do we see the rise of the Beastyqt Chokunu? Archers coming in, villagers got to be careful. First one taking a pretty big hit there, second one does come out, but if this food source is stopped, Beastyqt might be in a little bit of trouble because realistically, there's not a lot of other options for him. We take a look at Bruh. Look at the line of sight he's beginning to build around Beastie's base. It is absolutely everywhere. The scout up towards the north, the scout over towards the east. He's got complete information. The only real avenue he doesn't have knowledge of is this one up here, where there is potential for him to go up towards that deer hunt. A little bit of a walk away, though, I will say that much. But now we can see that Beastie has resorted to going onto the berries. He's got the Imperial Official gathering that one. And it looks like, what have we got? We do indeed have Chokunu coming out. There it is. Beastie actually moving up towards this northern position, but now villagers going to have to evacuate the food line once again, as Beastie once again is under attack over on this western front. And we see more and more units coming out. So many units, just scouts calling out non-stop, keeping a tab on this. Imperial Official making sure it gets into a better position. 40 gold going to be coming in. Third Imperial Official out already for Beastyqt. So interestingly, Beastie, we see him going for the triple Imperial Official opening. So ideally, one on the mill, one on the lumber camp, and then one on the archery range, which is exactly what he's done. Now villagers going to be under attack. Looks like the first one gets picked off. Second one does go down as well for Beastyqt. So he's going to be at quite a deficit. We see just a handful of Chokunu coming out at the moment. Still scouting out more information back there. And I tell you what, if there's ever been an example or an exhibit of a game that needs to have the scout voice lines turned off, it has been this one 100%. But now it looks like... You know what? I'm kind of tempted. I think I'm just going to go into the game right now. I'm going to go into the audio, and I'm just going to turn down... It's not sound effect. I think it's speech. This should actually... I think they fixed it up. I'm pretty confident this should work now. We won't actually hear those scouts calling out anymore. But now Beastie holding on to this position. You can see he's got 10 Chokunu out. And this is a pretty decent amount. And this is something that I've found with China, is that you can actually run, a heavy Chokunu comp. As long as you've just got a few spears, you're going to be okay. But now we see the scout being chased away. And I got to say, it's much better without those voice lines, even though we don't hear "very cool" anymore. But now Chokunu are going to be fighting off with the archers. They're doing a great job as well. Now 3 spears going to be moving forward. And you can see the Chokunu doing some good damage there. Decent damage. God, the camera just doesn't work sometimes. But yeah, some decent damage coming off in that position. And Beasty going to be able to push out. He's going to be very happy with this fight because it's secured up his food. He's not going to have to worry about that. Now, one of the other things to note is we have been seeing China actually go for professional scouts. And you might be wondering, why the heck would you go professional scouts on China? Oh, Imperial Official going to be going down here. Beastyqt wasn't paying attention. But unfortunately, the Royal Knight begins to target the scout instead, so very nicely done there. Now heading back towards that Barbican, trying to keep that safe. Chokanu coming out, continuing on the front line. Scout going down again. And look at the Chokanu mass beginning to come out for Beastyqt. You can see no +1 upgrades just yet for his opponent, whereas Beasty's got the +2 already, or at least the +1. He's got 2 damage on these, which means 6 damage a pop coming out from these Chokanu onto these Knights. So in total, 17 by 6. That's the kind of damage that is coming out here. It's a lot. It's more than 100 damage that is coming out per volley here. So 2 volleys, and they're going to be killing Royal Knights. But now we do see that +1 ranged armor coming in for Bruh. And Beasty somehow manages to stabilize here, despite being under significant pressure from his opponent. We take a look at the villager counts at the moment. 40 villagers for Beastyqt. Keep in mind, Bruh is playing the French. It's going to be a lot higher. It's 39? 39 villagers for Bruh? What has Bruh been doing with himself? Yo, Bruh. Bruh with 40 villagers now. Beasty, I just got to make sure. Beasty sitting on 41. I take it back. Beasty's got the Song Dynasty. Of course, of course. That makes perfect sense. Never mind, never mind. It's just classic Drongo being classic Drongo. But now we see, we begin to see up to the north, a scout has found a villager that was going for an outpost. Scout probably going to be chased away. We can see the army moving up towards that position. A couple of knights already beginning to rendezvous up there. And Mill is going to be going down on that afterwards. But you can see that right now, Beasty falls into this little bit of a difficult situation because he doesn't actually have the food that he needs to continue. So he has to move out onto the map. And this is where, as the Chinese, professional scouts can actually be very helpful to you. Because as the Chinese, you typically want to stay in your base. And the longer you can avoid going onto farms, the better it is for you, because that gives you more time to clear out your wood lines and then get your granaries down. But you can see already Beasty dropping down 3 farms here. Now, keep in mind, he's going to the town center with this. A pretty smart move against the French, but it will not be collecting taxes. So that is one of the difficult things to deal with. As the Chinese, is these, typically, you would be dropping off 1 tax. You can see right here, Beasty's got 425 tax in this mill. So you would be dropping off taxes every time you deliver food here. But you take a look at these little villages here. Now, these guys aren't going to be dropping off any taxes because the town center doesn't actually receive taxes. It can receive taxes from the Imperial Official, but it won't receive them from the actual villagers themselves. So all of these farms are going to be a tax-free write-off for our Chinese player. But now we can see that the beginning of the attack is building. Bruh coming into the wood line. Beasty completely unaware of this. And villagers, there's a lot of villagers here. Might be losing 5 villagers. A huge amount of archers here as well. Looking to fend off in this position. He's going to be losing another Imperial Official if he's not careful. It manages to get inside safely and now falls back from that position. 10 villagers inside that Barbican, doing a great job there and getting off at some decent shots. But now up towards the north, you can see another outpost coming up. There's 18 villagers up here. This could be bad for Beasty. Beasty spots it, but Bruh doesn't. But now over on the north side, it looks like Boar going to be taken for Bruh. So he is looking to begin his... wait. Oh, it was only a wolf. It was only a wolf. I do apologize. It wasn't the boar that you expected it to be. But now Beasty needs to start adding a few more knights. He's spotted out, or a few more spears. He spotted out the knights from his opponent, so he knows how important it is to start getting out more spears. We'll take a look at what he's up to, and he's up to the next stage right there, ladies and gentlemen. He is going for it, but this is where the timing window begins. As soon as Beastyqt is up, I would expect that Bruh looks to push in and looks to try and finish Beastyqt off. It is 100% the appropriate way to be playing this matchup. If the Chinese player gets up, you do not want to let them have, you know, a bonus from being up. You don't want them to get those spearman upgrades, because once they get to veteran spearman, then the fight is not even going to be close with the Royal Knights. But now you see the town center firing off. It looks like the town center's in a great spot here. All the farms going to be underneath the town center. Beasty reaches the edge up, and you can see Bruh immediately turns around. He says, hold on a minute. That ain't happening. Villagers on the wood line. Managed to make it inside the village. Not too much of an issue there, but now the village is going to be focused down by the knights. Archers in position as well. Beastyqt, what is he looking to upgrade? He's looking to get the veteran Chokunu, and now at the same time he's falling back underneath his town center. You can see the spears are going to be coming up. There's not a lot of spears here for Beastyqt. We talked about it a little bit earlier. He needs to have spears. Imperial Official doing her thing where she tries to go to her death. Not going to be the case. You can see he's trying his best to get this upgrade for the Chokunu, but he is losing a lot of his military. Will enter into the cinematic mode at this point in time, because Beastyqt is on the edge of his game right now. This could be game over right here. This is normally one of the biggest pushes that the Chinese player will lose to. It's as soon as they're up to the castle age, the push comes in, the shove comes out, and that is it. So we'll take a look over towards the north. You can see villagers still working, but Beastyqt are going to be in a lot of trouble here. A world of pain. All the villagers from the village have evacuated, sitting inside the town center. It looks like Bruh going to be able to fall back from this position. He's done a lot of damage. And you might be looking at it thinking, yeah, he hasn't done that much damage, Drongo. What do you want? Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about what damage he's actually done. He's killed all of the army of Beastyqt, and we could see he was going for that veteran Chokunu upgrade. In fact, he even researched the veteran Chokunu upgrade, which is quite expensive. But now he's in the castle age. Chokunu aren't the big dogs anymore. It's not what you really want to be going for. Villagers got to be careful. Villagers heading inside that village, you can see them all making a run for it. Looks like they're going to be falling back. None of this textiles coming in, but they do have their wheelbarrow, so they're able to move a little bit faster. Loses 2 villagers there. Ram going to be going down. You can see the villagers evacuating from that village. But now Beasty looking to move into Crossbow Palace Guard. A great composition up against this French combo. Spearmen obviously get countered by the archers here, but Crossbows do a great job of countering the Royal Knights, and Palace Guards do a great job of countering the archers. So that's the composition he's going to be looking for. So a smart composition, but Beasty definitely going to be holding on to the edge of his seat now. You can see he's starting to stack up those resources as well. 42 villagers on wood right now. That is a lot of villagers, and Beastyqt is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. It is the great Chinese hold. Will Beasty be able to do it? Now, Beasty is one of those guys, he loves to hold in these positions, or at least try to hold, and now you can see Royal Knights going to be coming in. There's not a lot of crossbows here. Archer's going to be doing a great job of picking off these units and continuing to take out Beastyqt. You can see the Imperial official working overtime here, looking to get these crossbows out. The Palace Guard's doing a great job of just blocking those Knights, and now the Knights going to be making their way through, and Beastyqt is on the ropes. We'll take a look at Bruh. You can see he's continuing to get units out. He's got 3 Knights in queue at the moment. Imperial official going to be going down. An expensive unit right there. That's 150 resources. And now Beastyqt going to be losing the town center by the looks of it. You can see that Bruh is in no bad position here. Villagers going to be moving forward to heal up that clock tower nest of bees. And indeed, they do keep it alive. Crossbow is going to be able to repel this position, and Beastyqt looks like he might be able to hold once more. He's going to continue to struggle, though, and now, once again, the town center is under siege. We take a look up towards the north, and you see Beastyqt actually dropping down a market. He doesn't have a lot of resources in the bank, and now drops down a huge amount of farms, and this is exactly what we were talking about, and you can see he's not opting for the granary. He's beginning to struggle a little bit here. The granary was always an option for him, but it is a bit more expensive to do that, and realistically, the reward you get for it, it's not particularly strong. And now villagers moving out, Knights coming in to siege down this nest of bees. You can see the villagers already get pulled, and now going to get pulled off the town center. Going to be going down here for Beastyqt. He doesn't have a second town center. Palace Guards completely getting mauled by the Knights, and now the Knights going to be turning their attention towards that backline potentially, as we see the archers just in a beautiful formation looking to split. The town center does go down for Beastyqt. He is getting pushed up against the wall, it seems. Villager count currently at 46 versus 60. Bruh is beginning to build this lead, and now we see why off-meta combat starts to get a bit more exciting, because you start to see these matchups that are happening a little bit more rarely. Now, I will take this brief intermission just to let you guys know that right now live over on EGC TV on Twitch, we have got this game, not this game, but we have got games being casted from this tournament. This is the off-meta combat tournament, or off-meta combat portion of the tournament, because there is plenty more content. This is the first weekend of off-meta combat, so this weekend as well as next weekend, it is going to be happening. By the time this video goes live, or 15 GMT, you can be expecting to see those guys battling it out, and they'll be battling it out for quite many hours, so make sure you tune in, make sure you say good day. But now we see Bruh on the back lines, looking to finally get up to that third age. It's the classic 18-minute age up for the French. These guys love to play it out in feudal, and you can see why. They are just so damn strong. But now double nest of bees coming out. Beasty is holding. Very cool. And Town Center is going to be slowly getting back up. We can see that it takes a while before it's accessible to build these. But Village going to be going down here. You can see the Village did decide. The Villager decided to come out here, but now looks like Beasty going to be, Beasty, 64 out of 30. He is not having a good time right now. Spattering Ram has done all of the work it needed to do. You can see the crossbows might even think about chasing it down, but Bruh, reaching that castle age. Let's see what he does with his guild hall, whether he looks to change it over onto gold, onto stone, onto wood. Looks like he's going to be keeping it on food, at least for the moment. We'll keep an eye on it as the battering ram does go down, taking, I think, 1 damage per shot out there. So, yeah, a bit of a struggle for him. But now, Bruh, definitely intent on keeping it on food. Up towards the north, another push coming through, but Beasty manages to hold on once again. Manages to keep his head above water. But now we can see that the double mill has been added. So one of the things that is always possible... Has he? Oh, he's just missed it. That's all right. That's all right. You can see that the first mill is inside the radius of the Imperial Academy, but the second mill is just outside of it. So it's only going to be buffing up that. But now we can see Knights coming into the wood line. A pretty decent massive nest of bees building up. And Beastyqt seems to be a fan of these nest of bees. He is the kind of guy who likes to get them out. You know... Ever since they got buffed, where they continue to fire their rockets even after a unit has died, it's actually, they've not been terrible. Obviously, you'd still take 3 mangonels over three nest of bees, but I think once they start reaching those higher numbers, like 6, 7, 8 nest of bees, that's when they really start to get dangerous. So we'll have to see how Beasty looks to play it, whether that is his plan. Excuse me, apologies for that. You could hear my voice running out. As I said before, I have just woken up. I'm slowly getting there, though. Slowly getting there. But Brat now on the big gold, we can see he's pushing in towards the base of his enemy. But I feel like Beasty is actually stabilized quite well here. A lot of upgrades coming through for Brat, going for fertilization, going for specialized pick, going for lumber preservation here. Also getting that classic forestry upgrade as well is coming through. But yeah, at this point, I feel like Beasty has managed to stabilize, even though the villager count was quite low for him. Brat on 69 villagers right now. Over on the other side of the map, Beastyqt sitting on 50. So he's down by about 19 villagers. Very significant amount. But now the monastery going to be up for Beastyqt. But keep in mind, Beasty doesn't have map control. And this is one of the things that he talks about. He says if you, if you're playing the Rus, typically you're going to have map control. That's why it's so easy for you to take the relics. If you're playing as any civilization that's got map control, then you want to be trying to take those relics because it's a very easy way to get ahead when it comes to your economy. But we don't see Brah doing that. He is dropping down a siege workshop now, but we do not see a monastery coming down for him. And now Brah looking to skate around the edges of the base, not going to be able to find anything. But keep in mind, there was a monk heading out towards this relic. There she is. Is going to get caught with his pants down, unfortunately. Monk going to be losing its life. Good night, sweet prince. And indeed, he goes down with a very heavy fall to a couple of lances in the back of his back. I guess we would say the back of his back. An expensive loss there, 150 gold. And now Beastyqt going to be heading out to that position, and you can see the crossbows doing a great job here, getting some firing some shots off. First knight going to be going down, second knight going to be going down. Look at the range on those bad boys. And now continuing to push out here is going to be attracting the aggro. Third knight loses its life. Fourth knight going to be going down here. Fifth knight going to be going down as well. Very, very nice trades there for Beastyqt, but at the same time, knights in the base of Beastyqt. Where are those palace guards? I would expect that we've had palace guards coming out because 1, 2, 3, 4 crossbows are going down. These guys have got a little bit faster of a movement speed, 1.25 up against the 1.12 of the crossbows, and he's losing all of his crossbows. So even though he got a great trade on that position, he doesn't have the palace guards to be able to hold on in this position or force the veteran archers back. But now you can see Beasty making his way around towards this relic, and I would hope that we see Brah being triggered by that and saying, oh, Beasty is going for the relics, I should go for the relics as well. Let's take a look in Brah's base, and there it is. There's the monastery coming out, going for that monk. So indeed, it has triggered Brah to say, all right, well, I've got 3 above me, I got 1 out over here, let's see if I can snag any of them. And now outposts on the front line are coming up. The trenches are beginning to build, and you can see the nest of bees going to be firing off into this position. First nest of bees is going to be under pressure as the springwood emplacements have come through. Siege workshop on the front line also going to be coming in. And this is something typical that we are really starting to see out of almost every single civilization. Outposts on the front line with springwood emplacements. And that's just simply because of how tanky the outposts are, how strong the springwood emplacements are as well. So I really wouldn't be surprised if we actually see, and no, don't tell me Beasty is going to be doing the same thing. This is really why, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we see the springwood emplacement nerfed in some way. At the moment, I feel like it does a lot of damage for the cost that you pay, and I really wouldn't be surprised because realistically, when you think about it, you're paying 125 plus 150 because the outpost costs 100. So you're paying for 275 for a Springald, which is a pre-patch Springald. This guy is not nerfed. It's 60 damage coming out for the Springald. And it doesn't move. And it's got 1,000 health. So it's an incredibly good deal. And now we see Beasty going to be doing the same thing there, putting down the Springald, as well as looking to get that fortification on the outpost as well. So it looks like it's going to be an extra 1,000 health and an extra fire armor. So definitely helps him out. Second relic already coming through for Beastyqt. doing a great job of trying to get his head back above water. Has actually gone into the second town center at this point, and he's trying his best. Probably going to be looking to get a keep up shortly. If there's a position he wants to keep up, it's probably over here on the gold mine. Really make sure it's secured. He does have a gold mine back towards this position as well, but now we see Outpost beginning to encircle the base of Beastyqt. A single crossbowman out here causing a little bit of havoc at the same time. Looks like a monk going to be looking to grab this relic down towards the south. Is picked up by a wolf, though. The bitey infantry just helping out Beasty just a little bit. But now up towards the north, we can see looks like another monk going to be moving out, and a lot of villagers moving out towards this position, so we may indeed see a keep coming down, looking to capture this sacred site as well as secure the position over here towards that front. Let's see exactly where he decides to drop it. I would probably be going right here, but let's see how Beasty plays it. Villagers got to be careful, though. Knights running through. A lot of units moving out here for Beasty at the same time. Down towards the south outpost, going to go down. Springald emplacement on this outpost, going to be coming through shortly. Let's see where he drops the keep. He's trying to find the right position. This is the right position. It's on the sacred site as well as the gold, and it looks like that's where he might be going for. Let's see if he forces out this cancel here. If he could actually be just looking to secure this up. Is he going past it? Is he just looking to really get in there? I think that's a trebuchet coming out. Indeed, we have trebuchets now coming out, and Beasty actually going with a bit of a forward keep potentially, looking to actually aggress upon his opponent here and do some real damage. Bra spots it. It looks like the keep going to be coming down here. We saw the way the land changed, and indeed it does. Beasty going to be going with a forward keep today, it seems. Very interesting play out of Beasty, looking to go on the aggressive instead of the defensive. But now Springald's moving forward from Beastyqt, looking to snipe out that counterweight trebuchet. You can see the pressure that they are under. The outposts of his enemy have got these Springald emplacements in them. They're firing down upon the Springalds, but now looks like the trebuchet is going to get taken out, so Beasty going to be happy with that. He spots a second trebuchet in there. I wouldn't be wasting any time, and indeed he doesn't waste any time. Looks to actually take out that second trebuchet as well. And now back towards the castle. Looks like all of the villagers have managed to get inside. He's got 15 villagers out here. Now just going to be going onto the stone. Forces his opponent to drop down a keep. And now Beasty might actually force his enemy out into a doubt situation. Not going to happen. 13 villagers getting inside safely. And now Beasty going to have to fall back from this position. You can see he's dropping down an outpost towards that northern side of the base. And now running into the enemy's base. It looks like Bra has found some villagers. You can see the villagers actually turn around. They don't have their textile upgrade just yet, but he's trying to tank it. He knows that the nest of bees are back here, and that's going to be what are holding off in this position. The Palace Guard going to be coming out, and we can see that all of the, I don't know how all of those guys went down, but I'm suspecting the nest of bees had a little bit of work to do with it. But now it looks like is he going to be able to fire off this final? Come on, get the shot off. Yeah, get him, boy. Get him, boy. Come on, China. China #1 right there. That is what you like to see. But now back towards the other side of the base, you can see Beasty's done a great job at neutralizing this gold, but at the same time keeping a stone that was safe here for him. So really nice spot. We can see those hand cannons firing off as well, doing such a nice job. Scout gets picked up on the back line. Still, this outpost is up for Bruh, but it's going to take some time before it is up, if you know what I mean. I just mean that hasn't been completed. That's what I mean. But I feel like if you just say, if you know what I mean, it just sounds terrible. But now Palace Guards in the woodline. Beastyqt manages to hold on. We've got 91 villagers for Bra at the moment. Beasty on 90, so villager count is evened up. When it comes to the relics, it looks like Beasty ended up capturing 2 when Bra's got only 1 in the bank. There's still 1 out on the map at the moment, 2 out on the map at the moment, and now Beasty going to be looking to try and push in towards his enemy's woodline, just being a pesky, annoying player to deal with. And now the question is, Beasty's managed to come back this far. How viable is it that the French can actually win from here? What have the French got that they can actually beat the Chinese with? And I'll be honest with you, I don't think there's too much. As long as you play this perfectly as the Chinese, I don't think you lose from here. And Beasty is the kind of guy who plays the perfect Chinese. So I suspect he's going to be A-okay, but you can see he's starting to stack up a little bit of gold at this point. I'd probably just be pulling my villagers off gold if I realize I've got 2k gold. Either that or using my market to do a little bit of dancing. But now Palace Guard's going to be coming out. You can see they're chasing, or they're moving their way across the battlefield, looking to try and interrupt. Probably going to be heading down towards this gold mine, and you can see that that's exactly where he is heading. Bra already with the mining camp down here, so he's making sure. So what BC is doing is he's looking to control the resources, and this is what China love to do in the late game. So once they manage to stabilize, once they get up to castle and they're happy with themselves, what they look to do is then take control of the resources. So you can see Beasty has done that. Wow, we almost got knocked out with a counterweight trebuchet, it seems. But this is what Beasty is doing, and it is exactly the right thing to do. So you're thinking about the large golds. That's the big thing. You want to neutralize these large golds, prevent the enemy from capturing these large golds as the Chinese in the late game. Bra sitting on 1,500 gold at the moment from his guild hall. That is a beautiful amount of gold. But now actually beginning to make some veteran horsemen. So this could take Beasty by surprise. I don't think he's aware of the Veteran Horseman switch. Veteran Horseman going to be doing well against any kind of ranged unit. The Chokunu, the Springald, the Nest of Bees, the Crossbowman, any of those things, it's going to be doing very well. But now Beasty going for a rather optimistic gold mine here. I'm not sure what this is all about. May have forgotten about the keep that is firing down upon his villagers. Does appear to have forgotten. Slowly but steadily losing his villagers here. Looks like he's just decided to give them up as they do continue to go down. And now Trebuchets, counter Trebuchets, counter Clock Tower, counterweight Trebuchets. The name's so long, it's actually got to scroll through it. It's like, just in case you weren't sure, this is a Clock Tower, counterweight Trebuchet. Oh, Trebuchet. There you go. I was unsure. That is a long name. I feel like, you know, you probably just want to increase the limit on the amount that can show. Like, if the name goes out to here, then so be it. You know, I have a, I specifically don't make Clockwork or Clock Tower counterweight Trebuchets for that reason alone. It just triggers me a little bit. But now it looks like this keep going to be going up. Beasty doing a great job of just neutralizing this gold for the meantime, but now down towards the south, there are raids in the wood line beginning to happen. Beasty all over the map. You can see that the horsemen are going to be looking to come out of the woodwork as well, and Beasty very happy with his situation. He's got a great amount of siege here that's building up, the classic Chinese ball of siege. And now Beasty looking to add in more farms up towards the north, but the horsemen going to be coming through with a bit of a raid. Villagers got to be careful. Still no textile upgrade for them, so they're going to have only 50 health instead of that 25. And now horsemen turning their attention towards this specific barracks. Fuck you in particular, Mr. Barracks. As the villagers now running back towards the town center, and the units for Beastyqt are going to be coming back in. But he does open himself up to a little bit of a potential attack on the front. You can see he's maxed out at the moment. He's sitting on 170 population. You'd love to see him add in a few more houses, and indeed he does. Goes a little bit over the limit, goes up to 5 houses, just to keep himself safe. But now we hear a sacred site being captured down towards, or rather, a sacred site neutralized? No, sacred site captured up towards the north. So that is the route that he looks to play it. So very smart play from him. But now, beautiful engagement coming in for Beasty, getting a lot of good trades up towards this northern position. And Beastyqt is Chinese definitely has managed to come back quite significantly. This has been quite a pretty decent comeback when you consider he was down 19 villagers, when you consider the fact that he had lost his entire army. Sure, he was up in the castle age, but it was not looking pretty. He managed to hold on. He got a couple Nest of Bees out, but now villagers going to be going down. Just Beasty absolutely everywhere on this map. You know, he's done such a great job of just staying in his opponent's base, just being annoying. Springald's actually moving forward straight underneath the keep. They got to be careful here, because that I feel like you've almost overcommitted to that trebuchet, bringing forward, you know, 20 horsemen as well as all of these Springalds. But now it looks like we do have the hot siege oil, the boiling oil rather, coming through, and now Beasty looking to do what Beastyqt loves to do, and it is stonewall, my friends. He is looking to stonewall his enemy. Keep going to be going down in this position. Bruh has invested significantly into trebuchets, but at the same time, we really don't see a lot of his own trench that is built up. Ideally, you would love to have about 5 or 6 outposts in this position right here, and you can see that there was 1, there was 2, there's a 3rd one that's going down, the 4th one sits back here, but it doesn't have a Springald upgrade. So Beasty could push out into this position. He could look to try and take control of this situation. And we can see now that it looks like the outpost does go down, and now Beasty going to be pushing out a lot of Springalds coming out for Beastyqt here. These guys have got extra health on them as well, don't forget that. And now Beasty taking control of the situation. You can see all of the clock towers, the clock tower bombards. Clock tower Nest of Bees coming out. Looks like the Mangonel is going to go down as well. Bit of a push up towards the north. Villagers have gone down. We'll take a look at the villager count. Beasty sitting on 107 at the moment. He's not too fussed. And the Springalds are now looking to try and find that siege. You can see him hunting the way he pushes forwards. He's moving forward, and Springald emplacement going to be coming in. But once again, you just got to think it's a little bit too late, because Beasty has managed to hit his power spike. He is online. The Chinese player is online. He's got the Nest of Bees that are out, and now he's looking to try and take control of the game. And now up towards the north, we've got more raids coming through. Beasty has managed to wall off this entire southern aspect, and now continues to add more walls into the center. And I suspect he's going to look to try and wall up the entire thing. He wants to avoid any potential threat of a run-by, any potential threat of a counterplay. That's why he does this. So very smart move from him. Sacred site neutralized towards the north. We do see it keep coming down in this position, as I suspected we would, but it comes down a little bit later. I like the fact that he went aggressive with it. It was very smart. Denied this gold for quite a long time, and was able to deny this gold down here at the same time, so it kind of left Bra without too much gold in his bank. But at the same time, he's obviously got the guild hall working overtime, 4,280 gold. Will Bra remember that he has got a guild hall? That is the question. He's sitting on 4,280 gold at the moment, and I just kind of feel like he probably, you could literally take out that gold, buy 2,000 food and still get up to the next age. Like, you would be in an absolutely fine position, but Bra now beginning to struggle. We'll take a look at what his production looks like, and it's not pretty. 6 stables, 4 archery ranges, and only 1 seed workshop. In this situation, ideally, you'd love to have about 3 or 4, but playing up against the Chinese, it's so difficult. These Clock Tower Springalds, they're very, very strong. We take a look now at Beasty's army composition. He's got 8 Clock Tower Springalds out, 5 Clock Tower Nesta Bees. So he has been working overtime in this regard, but now moving his infantry over to try and protect villagers. Villagers all go down. Nesta Bees doing a great job there. And now it looks like a whole bunch of horsemen going to be able to get onto the back line there. Probably needs to bring them around, but you can see the crossbows or arbaletier coming out for his opponent. Beasty going to be struggling, but you can see that he's moving back very quickly. Is he in the Yuan dynasty? How fast is he? No, he's not in Yuan yet. But actually, Siege isn't affected by Yuan anymore, so it wouldn't have mattered, but now manages to fall back towards his keep. The keep going to be able to provide a little bit of covering fire. We're going to watch for that boiling oil to come out. There it is. And all of the horsemen go down. Beasty manages to keep alive 6 of his Springalds. Actually, yeah, 6 of the Springalds, because that was the 7th one coming in. How many of the Nesta Bees did he keep alive? 3. 3 out of the 5. Not a bad job, honestly. I honestly thought he was going to lose it all. I thought he was going to lose it all. Did not lose it all. But now Beasty beginning to build up that map pressure. We can see he's walling up in the center here. And I got to say, I love the change to the stone walls in the fact that they take so long to build now, so long to construct. That stone wall going to be coming up, and Beasty going to be turning around, looking to try and take out his enemy. Nesta Bees just doing such great work there. Look at the damage that comes out. If you don't split against Nesta Bees, I mean, it's your own fault you're losing your army. Let's be real. But now Beasty with a great job here, managing to hold on. Spear's going to be effective against these arbaletier as well. But keep in mind, they do have their +6 armor coming through as well. You can see 7 armor in total on the melee front. Keep coming down in the middle here for Bra. He's tapping away at it with 5 villagers. I gotta say, that's a little bit optimistic at the same time. Beasty just running into the base of his enemy, just constantly being annoying in the enemy's base. Bra now beginning to struggle. 82 villagers, 35 military population. It's not looking good for Bra. Let's check on the guild hall. 5,680 gold inside that guild hall. Bra seems to be a little bit of a saver, a little bit of a, what do they call the goblins? He's a bit of a goblin. He likes to keep his gold in his vault, it seems. But indeed, this keep is not going to be getting up, and Springald's now going to have to be forced back. Ideally, you'd like these spearmen to help out a bit, but it's not going to be the case. Now finally going to be turning their attention. Nesta Bee's going to be firing off. You can see the 3 Nesta Bees just doing such a great job of dealing with all of these units. Such sustained DPS. And now another keep going to be coming down here for Bra. He's going to be trying to get this up, but I suspect the Nesta Bee is going to be able to move up and just take out all the villagers we hear. Was that a trebuchet? Yeah, trebuchets. Are they targeting ground right here? I swear I just saw them target ground right here. Doesn't seem the case. But now it looks like Beastyqt has reached the Imperial Age, going up with the Great Gate Wallhouse, or Great Wallhouse, and there we go. His enemy taps out. Bruss says, good game, well played. I'll catch you guys in the next one. So there you fellas go. Make sure you check out Golden League. It's happening right now on EGC TV. Make sure you check out Beastyqt. I'll leave a link in the description. And thank you guys so much for watching.